Well, I guess this is what we get for nuking Japan twice. Yeah, Nintendo just showcased their worst direct yet, by far, and it's not even close. I would have rather sat my ass through an H3 podcast. Now, I feel I don't really have to give context for recent history, but I will go over what led up to this point in the year. So 2025 starts out with them outright stating, yeah, the Switch 2 is real and it is our next system. Now shut the fuck up about it. It's good news, but it definitely felt like they made that teaser just to shut down all the various rumors and leaks bubbling about the system. It feels so long ago, but I swear people were saying the Switch 2 or Switch Pro was their next big hardware release since like a week from the first Switch's launch. Either way, it was clear that they weren't ready to give more info about the system other than it exists. The real info would be in April, a 60-minute presentation of games for the new system. Let me tell you that it did not disappoint. A few key highlights from it. Mario Kart World, which is a good game by the way, and I will talk about that game in the future. Kirby Air Riders. Metroid Prime 4, a new game by From Software that looks like a weird multiplayer Bloodborne adjacent Souls-like, and it's exclusive. Donkey Kong Bonanza, and they just casually dropped Silksong in the middle of a sizzle reel, and even fucking Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 were shown here. There really was something for everyone after they introduced the system itself. I understand that when you release a new system, there's gonna be a drought of news afterwards for a good few months. You know, new games and stuff. There was a Mario Kart World Center Direct, and then a DK Bonanza Direct. The end of July had mentions of a Direct coming, but not the kind of Direct. Yeah, it was a partner Direct. How convenient that the leakers left that detail out. The following Direct in August was for Kirby Air Riders, which admittedly looks pretty interesting. Hang on, I just got a new message. I'm not gonna stop recording just cause whatever. Let's see, Kirby Air Riders is $70? You're gonna kill me! What next? Is Sonic Racing gonna be $70? Oh, go fuck yourself. And then comes September. September is a repeating pattern for Nintendo and their big general directs. And they announced it officially 2 days in advance. It's over an hour long, and it's on a Friday rather than a Tuesday or Thursday. The unusual slight differences indicated that it wouldn't be a normal direct. No sir, it definitely wasn't normal. People had guessed since it was so close to the North American release for the original Super Mario Bros. That this had to be at least partially something to do with Super Mario's 40th anniversary. But there was something else about this particular period in September. You see, September 12th is one day after a particular event around 20-something years ago. It was a tragedy unlike the world had ever seen, and once again, we have something that's almost as devastating. God fucking damn it! Let's discuss what I'm dubbing the 9/11 of Nintendo Directs. The first part of this Direct is focused on Super Mario's 40th anniversary. Now 5 years ago they did a lot of big things for Mario's 35th anniversary. In fact, they had a whole entire showcase about it. I can't go over everything they showed, but to name the major announcements, there was an SMB themed Game & Watch, a re-release of my favorite Mario game, 3D World, and Bowser's Fury was revealed here, 3D All-Stars compilation, and last but not least, Super Mario Bros. 35. There was something off about a few of these, as in some of the things shown had a planned expiry date, which is fucking weird, to put it simply. The Game & Watch system was a limited edition, which I get, as hardware for an anniversary event. Then, Mario 3D All-Stars is explicitly stated to only be in stock for the Switch for about half a year. This is a physical game. It's unheard of for a game to have an expected end of retail date so clearly stated. You can technically still buy it pre-owned and it'll play just fine, but if you missed your chance to get this for something like Sunshine, which isn't officially available to buy right now through any means, you're kinda fucked. It's either wait till it comes out on the overpriced expansion or just buy 3D All-Stars secondhand. I checked just in case. This isn't on the eShop anymore. You straight up cannot buy this game. But at least it's physical. It's not like there was a digital game that was server dependent that is forever unplayable. Right? Look, I can't overstate enough just how much I loved Mario 35. Of all these games in this genre, this was easily the best one. Tetris has too many tryhards for it to be even close to possible to win, and the other games are a bit too niche, or also dead. Mario 35 was truly special. I was pretty good at it since I'm so familiar with the original NES game. Here are my stats too. Of course, this game was not only digital only, but server dependent, and the moment it was announced, it was already planned to be killed off. March 31st, 2021. I've spent more time grieving over the loss of this game than actually playing it, which is fucking sad. It didn't have to be like this, just sell it for like $15 or something, I don't know. I knew deep down inside that there was no way Nintendo would give us Super Mario Bros. 40, but seeing how this September Direct was actually celebrating Mario's 40th anniversary, a small part of me had a little bit of hope of seeing it. So, what did this Mario 40 section bring us? A trailer for the next Mario movie, a new Mario Tennis game, which is something I have a bit of personal history with. Mario Galaxy 1 or 2 are available as standalone games, an expansion for Mario Wonder, a Toy of the Flower from Mario Wonder. Okay, none of these except maybe Tennis has sold me, but hey, there's one last game to show for this part. And it's a Yoshi game. Good, great, just wonderful. This is going to be a long direct, isn't it? Now, I want to make it very clear. Nothing after Yoshi's Island on SNES is a Mario game. Mario doesn't even appear in this trailer. Why is this here? Why did they save this for last? It doesn't belong here. And no, of course, they don't even allude to the fact that Mario 35 was a game that once existed, that people once played and loved. Well, this was fucking shit. So what's up next? Oh no. No, not a fucking farming game, not again. I can't live through another farming direct again. I know these shows are also for the indies, but honestly, I can't get excited for something that looks uninteresting or has already been shown before. Then they start talking about the fucking mobile app. My phone is so damn old it doesn't even download it. Why is this here? Put this shit in a blog post, please. Literally nobody is interested about hearing this. Nobody. The next NSO expansion system library to be added is the fucking Virtual Boy of all things. We're gonna look back at this day and think, did they really fucking do that? Yes, they did. They actually put the VB on Switch 2, a failure of a system so big, I honestly thought they'd never acknowledge it again. They don't reference it in nearly any game except for like WarioWare. They didn't reference it in Mario Kart World's soundtrack. Keep in mind, they're charging you extra for this. How much extra? Well, let me break it down for you how much fucking extra. First, since being able to access a library of a handful of not that great games wouldn't cut it for a regular Switch Online subscription, you're required to pay for the overpriced expansion pack to play it. So that's $50 annually there. That's not all though. You're not able to play these games at all unless you buy the new Virtual Boy case for the console. You can't just, play them. So the case is $100 on top of the expansion subscription, or you can get the milk carton version of it for $25. Either way, you're looking north of $70 to start to play these fucking games. Need I remind you that these are Virtual Boy games, and already scant library games limited even more due to licensing issues. You're getting a better deal playing the NES and SNES games. The full set would cost $150. Holy fucking shitballs. And guess fucking what? That's exactly the same price it was when it retailed in '95. Except now you have to pay an additional $50 a year. Lack of head strap and everything. It's without exaggeration almost as bad of a deal as Action 52. Who is this marketed towards? Who's gonna buy this? I know it's gonna sell it instantly because they probably only made like 50 of them, but who is buying into this? A subscription-based Virtual Boy? That should have been a mark of doom for things to come.
Please take a look at this.
We're adding Virtual Boy. Wario Land. I was joking!
Coming to Nintendo Classics.
I was joking!
Virtual
No!
Boy.
No!
Oh shit, it takes over 40 minutes for them to show a game that's even halfway interesting, and it's one we already know about, Metroid Prime 4. Alright. I can't even joke here, the bike stuff looks fucking sick. And we got a release date, so that's great. I'm genuinely looking forward to this game. DK Bonanza is getting DLC. DK Bonanza is getting paid DLC. I should mention this game is $70 and it's getting paid DLC. That doesn't give me confidence about Mario Kart World's future. They show Pokemon next. The first being... I don't know what the fuck this is meant to be, but I'm fucking scared. Then they show Pokemon Legends. Again. This game has so much shown previously that I just can't help but not be kind of ambivalent towards it. Mr. President, a second paid DLC has hit the South Tower. We're fucked. It's not even out yet. Mega Dimensions with new Raichu forms for $20 more, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, I just rechecked it. It's not $20 DLC, it's $30 DLC. The game's not even out yet, and they're trying to sell you on this. That's nuts.
That's a lot of nuts!
I just want to mention that there was a point in time where if you asked me who the greediest game company was, I still probably would have said Nintendo. But my answer for most pretentious company, without a doubt, would have been Sony. Their PlayStation 5, the pro version of the system, and them being the ones to step forward and make their games $70 at retail in the modern day and artificially stunting their system production so people can sign up for a chance, not a guarantee, but a chance to pre-order the new system. Even with all that said, I recently picked up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a game that could last you around 100 hours, more or less, depending on how much you want to do in it. If you rush through the main story only, it still could take you some time, and it's not the sort of game that's just kinda whatever. It's a really solid game from start to end. I want you to guess how much I spent on it. Get a number in your head. I walked into GameStop and I paid $40 for a game this big. For a game with this much content in it. Yes, I know it's a pre-owned copy, but it plays just fine. And that's one thing every other platform has over Nintendo. They understand the concept of putting things on sale, you know, so people will buy their stuff. Meanwhile, in Asubakuto, every new Nintendo game remains at full price until the death of the sun, and they expect people to accept paid DLC for full price games. The worst part is, it's not even the most baffling pricing of the Direct. That still goes to the Virtual Boy shit. At the very end, they faked us out, or at least, they faked me out, with Resident Evil 9 being the last game shown. I almost believed that a third-party, non-exclusive game was going to be the closer, in addition to the RE7 and 8 ports. Afterwards, the presenter says those magic words, "Our last announcement."
Next will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
And you know, it took me a little bit, like a couple of seconds, but I kind of figured out what this game was shortly after it was shown, and I didn't really have a reason before this moment to cut my wrists open and paint my walls with the shit inside of my skull using a shotgun, but now I do. Thank you, Nintendo. Their big game they saved for last is a fucking Fire Emblem game.
Why do we need that? Why? Tell me! Tell me now!
Stop it, please, I beg you! It's a sin! It's a sin! It's a sin!
We waited months for a proper Direct only to be slapped with this garbage. Nintendo! Did you forget this presentation is for your new system? I understand you want to support the old Switch as well. Maybe you don't have a lot of Switch 2 exclusives ready for announcement yet. It's ironic for me to say this as an American, but Japan is not the center of the world. I can tell you, nobody here is asking for Fire Emblem. Not a single American actually likes Fire Emblem. This is not your market. And if anyone here does like the series, we beat the absolute fucking shit out of them for being so lame here. What the fuck were they fucking thinking? They could not have announced a worse game. They could have saved the last announcement for Sex with Hitler and it wouldn't have been as bad as Fire Emblem.
Oh, whoa, no. Whoa, did not know it was a porn game. Whoopsie daisy. Okay.
This is an attack on my soul, a deep-rooted disgust and hatred that I feel for this series in particular, a game series with so much development potential wasted on these fucking piles of shit. Instead of getting Paper Mario, we get this. All the time, every couple of years. It's the one Nintendo IP that has consistent releases, and I fucking loathe it. Not even mentioning how the FE games have tainted the roster for the Smash Bros. Series pretty badly. And I'm not even gonna mention the fact that in the original Japanese games, there are very strongly implied underage romance options. Gee, I fucking love Asian laws. They make so much sense. Yeah, and I just looked it up again. I'm not even sure if what I said was implied. It might just straight up be dating those kind of characters. This is fucking terrible. The fact that I even have to think about this. Like, who the fuck even likes these games? Are these the same kind of people who fucking pick Baby Park and shit? What the fuck? I'd rather watch a fucking Kansas City Chiefs game on primetime television and see them win. Which actually did happen this past weekend, and I enjoyed it more than this direct. I almost would rather rewatch the Bills lose in the AFC Championship again. Almost. I haven't felt this much disgust since Baby Park was added to Mario Kart 8 on the goddamn Wii U. I would rather hook my testicles up to a fucking car battery and have someone jumpstart them. There is virtually no way for me to convey just how much I hate Fire Emblem from a deep place within myself. And one of the worst parts about this direct is, this isn't over. This direct had such lasting repercussions that I can see coming that I had to make this video. For one, how long is it gonna be until Nintendo has something else to show for the system? Will that future direct be just as bad? I highly doubt anything could be worse than this, but they really have to pull out something huge to make up for it next time. I guess I should be fucking thankful that I don't feel like I have to jump out of my seat and buy something as soon as possible, with the exception of like Metroid Prime 4. I do know for a fact that most of the showcases going forward is going to show off this damn FE game again and again until it comes out, and further beyond for all the stupid ass post-release content. This game is going to torment me for years going forward. I want you to know, I did wake up before 6 in the fucking morning to watch it, and this is what I got. Complete garbage. I'll make a proper video somewhat soon. Yes, it's still about Mario 2, not the USA one. But this direct was such a disaster that I had to quickly ship this out. Call it a rant or event, I really don't care. In the meantime, I'll be stabbing myself in the face with broken glass or something.